Imagine you drank a little too much one night and decided to pull a poster down off a wall. Then imagine this act was considered such a horrible crime that you were arrested, sentenced to 15 years of hard labor, tortured, and eventually killed. No, this isn't your worst nightmare. This is the unbelievable story of Otto Warmbier. Welcome to Vertigo. Otto Warmbier was a 22-year-old college student who was imprisoned in North Korea, may have been tortured, and eventually died from his injuries. What could any college student possibly have done to deserve to be arrested, tortured, and killed? So sit back and let's take a look at the deeply frustrating case of Otto Warmbier. Otto Warmbier was born in Cincinnati, Ohio on December 12, 1994. He attended Wyoming High School, where he was considered popular and intelligent, and graduated in 2013 as salutatorian. After that, he enrolled at the University of Virginia, where he was pursuing a double major degree in commerce and economics, and did a foreign exchange at the London School of Economics. Being interested in other cultures, he had visited Israel, various areas of Europe, Cuba, and Ecuador. Warmbier was scheduled to undertake a study abroad program in Hong Kong in early 2016 and decided to visit North Korea over the New Year period. He booked a tour of North Korea with a budget tour operator based in China whose slogan was "Destinations your mother would rather you stayed away from." Otto's father, Fred, said that the tour was advertised as safe for US citizens and that his son was curious about their culture. He wanted to meet the people of North Korea. On December 29, 2015, Warmbier flew via Beijing to North Korea with his tour group, which included 10 other US citizens. The tour group celebrated New Year's Eve by partying in Pyongyang's Kim Il-sung Square before returning to their hotel, where some continued drinking alcohol. Warmbier then attempted to steal a propaganda poster from a staff-only area of the hotel at around 2 a.m. on New Year's Day. On January 2, 2016, Warmbier was arrested at Pyongyang International Airport while awaiting departure from North Korea. Officials at the airport lied to the rest of the tour group, saying that Otto was too sick to travel, but they were permitted to take off as scheduled. North Korea's state-run Korean Central News Agency initially announced that Warmbier had been detained for a hostile act against the state, without specifying further details. North Korea refused to elaborate on the precise nature of his wrongdoing for 6 weeks. In a press conference on February 29, 2016, Warmbier, reading from a prepared statement, confessed that he had attempted to steal the propaganda poster from a restricted staff-only area of the second floor of the hotel to take home. The poster said, in Korean, "Let's arm ourselves strongly with Kim Jong-il's patriotism." Damaging or stealing such items with the name or image of a North Korean leader is considered a serious crime by the North Korean government.
I entirely thank people and government of the DPR Korea for your forgiveness. Please have made the worst mistake of my life.
It is not known whether or not this confession was forced. However, many people believe Otto was under extreme duress during this time. Former prisoners of North Korea recanted their confessions after their release, stating they were made under duress. On March 16, 2016, Warmbier was tried and convicted in North Korea's Supreme Court. He was charged with subversion under Article 60 of North Korea's Criminal Code. Evidence at his trial, which lasted only 1 hour, included his confession, CCTV footage, fingerprint evidence, and witness testimony. The CCTV footage showed a man identified as Warmbier by his North Korean guide entering the staff-only area. Otto Warmbier was found guilty and sentenced to 15 years of hard labor. After extensive negotiations between North Korea and representatives of the Obama administration and Trump administration, Warmbier was released back to the US on June 13th of 2017. Unfortunately, Warmbier had fallen into a coma that North Korea blamed on a case of foodborne botulism. Warmbier's physicians at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center stated that he was in a state of unresponsive wakefulness, commonly known as persistent vegetative state. He was able to breathe on his own and blink his eyes, but otherwise showed no signs of awareness of his environment. Medical records from North Korea showed that Warmbier had been in this state since April 2016, 1 month after his conviction. Brain scans revealed Warmbier had suffered extensive loss of brain tissue throughout his brain, consistent with an event that caused the brain to be deprived of oxygen. Doctors said that they did not know what caused the cardiac arrest, and that there was no evidence indicating botulism. After his parents requested his feeding tube be removed, Warmbier died in the hospital on June 19th of 2017, at the age of 22. North Korean officials said their country was the biggest victim of Warmbier's death, as a result of a smear campaign, stating their treatment of him was humanitarian. A spokesman added, "Although we had no reason at all to show mercy to such a criminal of the enemy state, we provided him with medical treatments and care with all sincerity on a humanitarian basis until his return to the US, considering that his health got worse." At the request of Warmbier's family, an autopsy was not performed, and only a post-mortem external examination was conducted. Doctors speculated that the cause of his death could have been a blood clot, pneumonia, sepsis, or kidney failure. Sleeping pills could have caused Warmbier to stop breathing if he had botulism and was paralyzed from it. Kim Dong-chul, a Korean-American businessman detained in North Korea at the same time as Otto, claims he saw a young American man, presumably Warmbier, almost fainting, being dragged across a hallway by investigators, with his head and face soaked with water. Kim suggested Warmbier may have been a victim of water torture during his interrogation, as he himself had suffered similar treatment during captivity. In July 2017, the US government announced that it would ban American tourists from visiting North Korea as of September 1st, 2017, with Warmbier's detention given as one of the reasons. In his speech to the United Nations General Assembly on September 19, 2017, President Donald Trump mentioned Warmbier while lambasting North Korea as a rogue state.
"We were all witness to the regime's deadly abuse when an innocent American college student, Otto Warmbier, was returned to America only to die a few days later."
1 week later, Trump posted on Twitter that Warmbier was tortured beyond belief by North Korea. His post followed a televised interview given by Warmbier's parents, in which they spoke of their son's death and expressed their wish for North Korea to be relisted as a state sponsor of terrorism. Otto's parents eventually sued the North Korean government, who refused to contest the case in court. The judge handed down a default judgment and ordered North Korea to pay $501 million in damages. North Korea did not recognize the judgment and refused to pay. However, the family filed a claim on a North Korean cargo ship that was seized and sold in order to pay the judgment. In the end, Otto Warmbier was a 22-year-old kid who made a massive mistake while drinking in a foreign country that led to his arrest, imprisonment, and ultimately his death. This awful case is an extreme example of what can go wrong in a punishingly brutal country like North Korea. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe as you depart. Until next time, good night.